it's Mama Bear. Happy Spring Equinox to each and every one of you. Woo! It's gonna be some crazy energy up in here today, as my sister's dog will tell you. I have him on the porch, and that may not have been the best plan. He's saving us all from certain imminent death in my neighborhood where almost nothing ever happens. So, good morning to everyone. And, oh gosh, somebody's stuck on a tarmac already? Good, great, googly moogly. Oh, Kelly, if somebody's going to be stuck on a tarmac to Columbia, it's going to be you. All right, hold on. Let me flip a card for you. Oh my God, Restless Mermaid, good morning. Good morning to everyone. And I'm going to jump into these readings really quickly today because Kelly Keeley, wowzers. Okay, because I did a lot of blabbing last time, catching everybody up with everything, and I know you guys come here for the readings and whatnot. And thank you for those of you that went ahead and joined the forums yesterday. You may have noticed they're not completed. It's a long story, and a heartfelt story. One of the fellows that I work with, God love him, his mom passed away, and he had to fly out of the country, and it was just a thing. So anyway, we'll hopefully have them for next week. The forums are there. You can go on there, get on there and chitty chat with me and ask me questions and just share your thoughts about everything, because that's where I'm hanging out. And so I will put the, as a matter of fact, I will put the, what am I trying to tell you? The address up so you can get to it in my handy dandy little captions thing. Hey, look at this, you guys. Oh, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join my free forums. If you guys are broadcasting, I really highly recommend Restream. And I'm not an affiliate of it yet, but I'm telling you, man, there's everything you would ever want, unless you're doing gaming or you're doing like super crazy, over the top ninja kind of stuff. My God, what you can do in Restream. But anyway, Kelly Keeley, while you're sitting on the tarmac, listen, sis, that's the puffer fish. That's the Nine of Cups. And when you get that card, it really is about blowing up, as you see I've done in the time that I've been away. Prednisone is not your friend. And that is something that you can take with you. I don't know why you're going to Columbia. That seems maybe not a place that I might want to go. Doesn't seem so incredibly safe, although the food and the music is fabulous. But there's something about when you get there, it really is time for you to puff up and like take center stage, kind of own your fabulousness. That's really the best way I can say it. Now, having said that, as I'm speaking to you and I'm stepping into around, really getting anchored into your energy, I see you doing this, bonk, and then bonk, and then bonk, and then bonk. It's almost like something about this trip is going to make it so that you've got to really kind of punch some people, not terribly hard, but with the little, I see them as swords in my vision, the little pricky things that stick out of a puffer fish. You're going to have to do a little bit of prodding, I would say, maybe not full on, no shanking in Colombia, but maybe just some prodding. And don't be afraid to do that, because I also feel like you're going to have a situation where, and I feel like this is for a bunch of you right now. Holy cow. Hey, everybody. For those, let me finish this out. You're going to come to a crossroads and you're going to have to make a decision. Do you make the decision where you get the best benefit business-wise, even though you've got to sell a little piece of your soul? Or do you just walk away? And you are going to have a tough time walking away. But it will be better for you in the long run. It will make it that it will take a lot more time for you to accomplish what you want to accomplish. But don't, because you'll have to circle back anyway. If you make the decision that's going to sell a little piece of your soul, you're going to find yourself a few months, 6 months down the road going, freak. You know what? I'm not doing that. And then you just have to backtrack. So don't handle things twice. Just do the right thing from the very beginning, like the rightest thing. All right. Welcome everyone. Hey, all you new names and whatnot. Thank you. For those of you who don't know me, My name is Bernadette King. Most folks call me Mama Bear. And I am the creator of the Arcanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. That's me. And also the author and creator of my new book, which is, I'm going to be doing some bibliomancy readings out of it today. I love those because in the Ark there are 149 animals, but in my new, in my new book, there are 300 animals, and it really is a coffee table book. It's 9.5 by 11. There are 300 animals in here. It's over 720 pages, chock full of information about symbolism, and I've even got stuff in there about the zodiac and all that, and how to create your own sigils. And it's the most comprehensive book on spirit, totem, and power animals and familiars anywhere in the world. No joke, anywhere in the world. So also I'm going to keep reminding you guys, because it's really important to my mission. Again, if you don't know me, my mission is to help as many animals as possible. So when I do well in my business, I pass that on. Those of you that follow me for a long time, you know that I pass that, let's just call it what it is, that abundance or that money. I pass a fair amount of it on to support animal charities that fight against cruelty to animals, and that includes humans. So, okay. It's not a tarot book, honey. Oh God, your name flew past me. It's not a tarot book. It's a book all about the spirit, totem, and power animals. But in the, you meant in the Ark, which is a tarot deck. Dirt. Yes, I will do that as soon as I can. I will put that in there. And I don't think Teapot could be with us this morning. I don't think she's here. So I'm going to try to manage the chat and everything all by myself. And I've got just right at an hour. So I'm going to jump right into the reading. What charities do I support? So I contribute monthly to Animals Asia, which fights against bile bear farming. I donate monthly to the Animal Sanctuary out in California. They rescue farm animals. And I support Gentle Carousel. They do support therapy for humans with miniature horses. And you've probably seen them in the news. Their horse Magic is a very, very famous horse. She's their farm is not but 20 minutes from me. I've known them in business for a long, long time. They're amazing people. And then, like, not the end of last year, but the year before, like if somebody's in critical need, oh God, I can't think of the name of the, it's right here on my my desktop. It was when the tornadoes came through. It was awful, and it was just a big SHI shiitake show out there. And Mochizo Farms became the de facto place for everybody to drop off medicine and food and supplies and all of that kind of thing. So at the end of that year, we were able to raise $3,000 to send to them at one time. So I'm very proud to say that in 2021, I donated over $15,000 to animal charities. 2022 wasn't nearly that because I was laid out pretty sick, and I'll go into that story in future videos and whatnot. Because once again, spirit animals really did save my life. Like, no joke, saved my life. And just recently, when I had 3 surgeries, literally like 6 weeks ago, I had my 3rd surgery. They saved my life again. Okay, so hey guys, I'm happy to see you, man. These things are going on, is going so fast. So I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to grab one of these things in here. And what I'm hoping you guys will focus on, since this is a spring equinox show, is new beginnings. What do you want to grow? What do you want to see come to fruition, to come to abundance? And again, what's something new that you want to do? Do you want to leave a relationship, enter a relationship? Do you want to shut down a business, start a business? Do you want to work with your own physical, health, your mind, your body, your spirit? What do you want? Okay, Crystal Koenig, I could really use a card on relationship, please. Okay, so that's super non-specific, but I don't know why I'm drawn to you. I know your name is Crystal, and I'm not a crystal fanatic. I have some that I like, but I'm not like, woo, a crystal fanatic. But your name seemed very sparkly to me. Y'all, I'm sorry about the barking. I could yell at him, but I won't do any good. And he's not following commands today because my handyman's here. Anyway, all right, Crystal. I'm just gonna. You'll know what this means. So you've got the Six of Cups inverted, which is the river otter. Now, if you guys have never seen a river otter, they're enormous. That's number one. But they just have these faces. I don't know if you can see that face so much. They just look like these wise old Yoda souls. And so when the Six of Cups is inverted, because my cards are based on the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and so the river otter is paired with the Six of Cups, you know that's a really sweet card about reminiscing about the past and, you know, getting together with a loved one. But inverted, I want to tell you what you want to hear, but I'm just not, I don't know about this relationship. And when I step into it psychically, because I got psychic stuff flying today, which is how I got my start. Well, that's not true. For those of you who don't know me, I got my start as an evidential medium. I did that work for years before I decided, oh, I love tarot cards and they're beautiful and I'm going to start flipping tarot. And I did psychic work for years, evidential psychic work. And then some years ago, the spirit animals came to me, and that's the work I've done for the past 5 years. And everybody knows me now as the Spirit Totem and Power Animal Lady. So anyway, but the psychic stuff is flying by. I just, Crystal Koenig, I honestly, honey, I feel like you won't listen. You won't listen to this reading, and you'll hang on much longer than would needed to have been hung on to. And it just, the whole thing will just quietly vaporize and go away. It won't be ugly. It won't be traumatic or dramatic. It just will kind of drift off into the breeze, like almost like when you see an otter in the water and you're like really focused on it until it gets out of sight. And then you're like, oh, let's go have a beer. So, well, maybe that's what I would say. Let's go have a beer. So I know that's not what you want to hear, honey, but I hope that's helpful. Okay. Hey, Mary Fink, welcome. Hey, everybody from Australia. Wow, you guys are all over. Okay, Stephanie Ruth Pilar, you are manifesting a car. Hold on, let me go back to that. Can I get back to that? Okay. All right, Stephanie, I think that's your name. You're manifesting a car. Let me give you some help with that. Oh my God, Joanne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. Oh, and for those of you that, again, that you're just new with me, I donate 50% of anything that's donated on my YouTube channel. I never ask for donations. I do all of this for free. But if you're moved and you want to give a donation, 50% of that goes to the animal charities. Okay, the gal that's manifesting the car. No, you're not. I know you think you're manifesting the car, but you're not really. And here's why that is. That's really interesting. So the Judgment card. So in my deck, the Judgment card is associated with the whale because it has to do with just really deep insights, deep feelings, deep, just things that sometimes we really can't comprehend. And it's also about rising up. And for some reason, you're not doing the rising. And what that means is you're focused on the process of manifesting, but you're not actually doing the manifesting. So you're more focused on, will this work? Will this not work? This process, this way of doing it, this and that, rather than simply opening up and going, of course I'll have a car. Of course. And when that's really what manifesting and the law of attraction, all of that, it's really just a way, it's just a process. It's a system. It's a system that has been designed to help all of us get to a place where when we know, we know. And that's a tough place to get to because we think that there's so much. And I feel like this is for a lot of you guys. A lot of you really are in a place to start your new beginnings on this spring equinox energy over these last few days, where you don't question whether X, Y, or Z is going to happen or not happen. You settle your spirit on what you want to happen or not happen, and not sit around and do this, wait for some outside source. You pray your face off, you manifest your face off, you law of attraction your face off. But I have been saying for the last couple of years, stop dreaming, stop hoping, stop wanting, stop wishing. What's the other one? We don't drink. Hold on, I've got it on my phone. I keep forgetting the last fifth one. You choose. And I'm looking at my notes on my phone, you guys. I don't know why I keep forgetting the fifth one. I'm the one that made it up. Hold on. Lord have mercy. If somebody can remember it. Okay. We don't wish, we don't want, we don't hope, we don't dream. There's another one. I don't remember. If somebody can tell me that would be super awesome. We choose. And so when you realize that you can choose anything you want, and once you choose it and you know you're going to get it, it's the same as saying, well, when I go to the grocery store, I'm going to pick up XYZ. You think it's done. You go to the grocery store, you pick up XYZ. Y'all, it truly is that simple. My sisters and I have been experimenting with this, and very little unseats me. Very little scares me. Very, very little surprises me. Well, that's not true. I get surprised every day, but even I have been like, what? When we've been working the manifesting law of attraction thing, y'all, these things are happening so fast. We have to be there to witness each other's what's going on, or people would think we're lying, or they would think we're crazy and lying. So anyway, so the gal that is with the horse. Wow, is there somebody trying to manifest a horse that's got something about a horse? That just came right out. In any event, please work with the whale energy, because that's going to allow you to go deep and get rid of any non-believer in yourself kind of energy, or thinking that you have to be gifted, that kind of thing, from God or the universe or source or the goddess or whatever it is you believe in. So I hope that's helpful to a lot of people, and I am getting I'm going to move on. Okay, Joanne Nicholson, thank you very, very much for the donation. I don't see that you have asked a question, but I am going to flip a card for you. Y'all, I wish I could flip a card for everybody. And actually what I'm going to do is, so I can move faster, I'm not going to go into so much detail anymore on the rest of these. I'm just going to start flipping cards and give you a really short sound bite. And that, I hope that will help more people. But if you're here today and I haven't said your name, please know that Spirit has a way, especially the animals, of giving the message to many, many different people. So if you're like, oh my God, she's talking to me, I am talking to you, and the spirit and the animals and whoever's coming through psychically is talking to you. Okay, Joanne. Well, I don't like that for you, and I don't think that's right. Okay, so Joanne, I'm really thank you. Hi, Christina, thank you. Every little bit helps, and I'm not denigrating your donation. I appreciate it very much. But seriously, every dollar, every penny helps, especially for the Asia situation. Anyway, so Joanne, I'm really surprised by this. Your energy doesn't speak to me of a sloth, right? But in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, this the Four of Swords is the I got effigy on my mind. That's not what it is. But the top of that casket, so to speak, and the guy sitting there in meditation and prayer, that's what it was carved out to be. And then on the wall are four swords, but the four swords are pointed towards very specific parts on the body. And they mean very specific things, but mostly it's about meditation and reflection. And if you take it that step farther, it's about working with those chakras to see, or those energy centers, to see, what really is going on in that energetic field for you. Take a moment and reflect. But you also have the King of Pentacles come out. And that is certainly about coin. It's about money. It's about an authority figure, especially an authority figure with dark hair. And so I wonder, boy, this is, please don't send me email about this. I'm not appropriating anybody. I'm not getting on any kind of woke train. I'm not preaching. I'm not whatever. I'm not. This is just the message that's coming through. It's almost like for you to move forward. No, it's not even moving forward. It's claim what's rightfully yours, what you want, because it is really rightfully yours. You have to man up. And it's kind of like, I know I said I wasn't going to go into a whole lot of stuff, but I gotta say what's coming in my psychic eye. I don't know if you've ever walked into a room in a business situation or even a social situation or whatever, and there's always the gaggle of guys standing around, so on and so forth. You can maintain your whatever level of femininity you want. You can maintain that and still not have to act like a dude, but you still have to man up. It's about a confidence thing. It's about I'm not playing around. I'm here to do business. I'm here to make my point. I'm here to claim what's mine. For instance, I went in the early days of podcasting. I went to a podcast workshop in Tampa. And they sat us, we had to draw numbers, and there were only 3 women there. I couldn't believe it. There were like 80 guys and 3 women. I was like, what? That makes no sense. But anyway, so I got sat at a table with all guys, and there was this game we were going to do, and this introduction or whatever, and somebody at the table was supposed to take notes. Well, one of the guys tossed me a pad and paper and a pen and said, here you go. And I looked at him and I said, are you giving away paper and pens? Because I'll take it. I appreciate it. I can always use an extra pad of paper and pen. He said, well, no, you're going to take notes. I said, listen, you blank, blank, blank. I'm not your damn secretary. You take the notes. And I tossed the pad. Well, the other guys at the table started laughing so hard. And the poor guy, he was mad. He wasn't embarrassed. He was mad. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. You don't have to be that blunt about it or mama bearish about it, but that's what the story is. And I feel like this has to do with a lot of you. Oh, Corby Mitlied. That is very sweet. You stop that right now, but that is very kind. If you guys don't know Corby, she's my sister, one of my dear, dear soul sisters. You can catch her at CorbyMitlied.com. She is a accomplished author and a hell of a psychic medium, and you never saw a human being flip tarot like Corby Mitlied does in your life. I call her, I'm like, Corby, I need some clarity on blah, 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 blah. And she's always so kind to help. And she's another animal lover. She's got a thing about Maine Coon cats. So, and cats, period. Anytime she gets the opportunity, well, she makes the opportunity to do really good things in the world for cats. But so thank you, Corby. That donation was totally unnecessary, but I really appreciate it. It goes to the animals. And so, okay. All righty. So here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. Somebody's manifesting a coaching business. Who was that? Your card just came out right here. And Christina Stone, I'll get to you in a minute. Dagnabbit, somebody wrote a big long thing about manifesting a coaching business. They spelled it couching, but I'm pretty sure you don't want to be in the couch business. I'm interpreting as coaching. So here's what we're talking about. So you've got the Page of Cups, but inverted. So when and you've got the Imagination card, a very polarizing card. These are both inverted, and wow, this is a really interesting combination of cards to come out. You talk about the Page of Cups, you're talking about a youngster, something that's new, something that's, maybe trying to be rushed a little bit, rush in. There's a lot of feels up in there. And then when you get to the imagination card, some people love this card and some people just, they took it out of their deck. They burned it. They threw it away. They just didn't like it. And so I think it's one of the most powerful cards in the deck because a spirit animal can be any animal. And humans are animals. We can be spirit animals and often are. It can be a figment of your imagination. It can be a mythological creature, an ancient creature like a dinosaur of some kind. It can be any of those things that are classified as animals. And thoughts are things. So who is to say that this cute little pink creature can't be a spirit animal? It's what will your imagination, what will your creativity allow you to do? So for you that's starting the coaching business and anybody else that's really trying to get something started, there's a limitation that you're placing on your own imagination. And I would really caution you that is going to stall you like, and you're just not going anywhere. Your tires are spinning, but you ain't got no traction, right? That's what we say down here in the South. You ain't got no traction. So all of that said, you're Liz Danoon. I'm not sure how I ended up on your channel or why. Oh, that is very kind. That is very kind. And that is very sweet. And you must know if you ended up here and don't know why, you'll know why. Just stay tuned for a little bit. You'll know why. But, and you just said you're leaving a job teaching pre-K to be a stay-at-home mom. Stay-at-home moms, my God, that's like 9 full-time jobs. My sister homeschooled my niece and my nephew and worked a full-time job. I don't advise it. She did it flawlessly, but I don't advise it. Anyway, back to you with coaching business and anybody else that's starting a business. Okay, here we go. Cindy, I'm so sorry about losing your mom, but I will tell you that they're always still around. And Kim, hey Kim, Ahab, you lost your. Oh, I'm so sorry. She had this horse for 31 years since she was 6 years old. Oh, my heart. Okay, back to this. But seriously, Kimberly. Oh, hey Keith. Okay, so I'm trying to say hey to all my regulars, but hey Shadow Maven, everything is moving so fast. So I would encourage you to really work with the vision that just came to me when I look at this baby alligator. I don't know if you know this or not, but people think that reptiles and amphibians don't have feelings, and I am here to tell you that's not true. Now, I do not enjoy working with snakes, but I really don't mind working with alligators. They're pretty predictable, and certainly don't mind working with turtles and other creepy crawly kind of things. Snakes just are not my jam for so many reasons. But I absolutely know that they have feelings and they do communicate. I was shocked as shiitake mushrooms the first time I communicated with a snake, which was only just a few years ago. Oh, and that's the other one, the gal that was asking me, Mystic Jungle here in Florida, just up the road from me. I do a lot with them. Well, what I can do, I do with them. So anyway, I just feel like when a baby alligator is a baby, the moms carry them so gently in their mouth, dozens and dozens of them. And I feel like you need a mentor. I feel like you need somebody that is pretty tough, not mean, but is going to like kick you in the arse and get you started and really help you realize you are creative and you do have a good imagination. And listen, everybody and their mama wants to start a coaching business, but you don't know where to find clients. That's the biggest drama of a coaching business of any kind. So, there are 1,000 ways to do that. I get over 1 million people a month to my websites. I've got tens of thousands of people on my newsletters, and I'm growing my YouTube channel. I started in 21. It was doing really great. Had to take a bunch of time off in 2022 because of health, but now I'm back. So that said, you got to get your imagination cooking because where there's a will, there's a way. All right, hold on. Y'all, I know I'm drinking the heck out of this tea, but I'm on this medication that dries out my mouth and blah, blah, blah. More than you wanted to know, but that's why. Okay. Hey, Nancy Curly Brown. Happy to see you. Man, a lot of you want to know about your love life. I don't mean this. Misery loves company. But I certainly am glad to know I'm not the only one sitting around here going, I'll never be married again. I'll never have a boyfriend again. Oh my God. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Claudia McLean, I'm not doing mediumship today, but on another day I will. When I have more time, I will do mediumship. Okay. Aw. Joanne has been in hermit and healing mode. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Jasmine Targo, how do you handle your relationship with Jose? That's really interesting because I feel like a number of you are in this place where you're at a crossroads. Now, okay, listen, mathematically it makes sense. There are probably 100, 150 of you guys coming on and off, or maybe even more. So the numbers are going to dictate that some portion of you, some percentage of you are thinking about relationship stuff, whether it's business relationship, whether it is love relationship, your relationship to yourself, your pets, well, I hate to call them pets because that implies ownership and we don't own them, but your fur babies. It can be any kind of relationship, but there are a lot of crossroads and people are like, I don't know how to handle this, handle that, because what? Well, and now we know. Good Lord. Does Jose look like that? Because if he's got a father and you can send him my way, I'll take it. Okay, so all that said, Minotaurs, gotta love them. Okay, this is, man, all right, I want to tell you what you want to hear. The gal that's worried about Jose, but I'm telling you, one of them is an ancient, okay, no more left on this earth. The Triceratops, I don't know why I always want to call it something different. And then you've got the Minotaur which is a fictitious mythological character. So I would say that how you handle Jose is to realize that eventually that relationship, that connection will become obsolete, like the Triceratops. And let me just say that I don't. So if you're on my channel, you got to know, if you want a reading from me, and I should have announced this at the beginning. For those of you just joining, my name is Bernadette, and most folks call me Mama Bear. So I'm very real with my readings, and so I don't like to divulge like super personal information unless people give me permission. But I am going to go down this road, which is this: in mythology, the Minotaur he was conceived out of wedlock. The king jailed him in this maze where he couldn't get out, and he was not treated well at all, and ultimately was killed. So I feel like within the relationship, there's some drama going on, and that's not eventually. Let me just cut to the chase. Eventually, this is going to come to an end. So when you say, how do you handle it? I guess, what do you do? Do you cut it off early? Or do you play it out till it's, and I keep hearing the word bitter end. It would be a bitter end. Not like earlier where I was like, oh, this is going to just kind of fade peacefully. Hey, Helen, how are you? I want to give you a big hug. And I know it's not what you want to hear. Believe me when I tell you. That said, I also keep seeing the number 3, and I understand this is a Triceratops, which is the number 3, but I feel like you could be really well served if you start paying attention to the 3s that come into your life. And I feel like you're a very prayerful person. And I keep seeing the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. So I don't know if you're like religious, like Catholic, or I mean, you could be anything that involves the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, or I guess it could be Maiden, Mother, Crone, but that's not what I'm seeing it. But I think like a lot of threes are going to start popping up for you, and you'd be really well served to look that up in numerology. 3 is the blending of numbers 1 and 2. So I don't want to go down the pregnancy road with you. Just be careful. That's unless you're ready to have babies, be careful. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Oh gosh, I can't recall the name. I'm so sorry. There was another donation. There was a $2 donation. Let me draw a real quick card. Corby rescued a black kitty. Like rescued it like she's keeping it. Corby Mitlied, if you rescued a kitty cat and you have a new kitty, I need all the deets. Oh, that's crazy. This is so crazy. This is why I love what I do. So I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. There was a $2 donation. So what happens? The 2 of Swords comes up. I love that. Okay, so here's the story. In the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, the 2 of Swords is that old gal sitting there like this. And she's got 2 swords crossed over her. And I always say X marks the spot, right? Okay. So the blue-footed booby is, it wanted to be the 2 of Swords a lot because he's looking at you like, really? Could just make a decision. And that's really what the 2 of Swords is all about, is making a decision, right? Should I go this way? Should I go this way? But the cross, the X, is right over the heart. And that's always what it's going to boil down to, is what does your heart really want? What does your heart really say? And it can be really tough, especially in this day and age when things are not as simple as they used to be. There are so many choices, and the world moves at such a faster pace, and people want more for themselves now. People have a lot more to consider when they're trying to make a decision, but at the end of the day, your heart really does know. Now, how do you get quiet and hear your heart? Well, a lot of teachers, I do a lot of teaching, and a lot of teachers will just, they'll be like meditation. Okay, awesome. I don't find that works for me. What I do find that works for me, and many, many people that I know, is being willing to watch the signs when they come to you, to see the signs and accept them when they come to you. Because if you, like, let's say, for instance, spirit animals. One of the other reasons that the blue-footed booby wanted to be the 2 of Cups is they live most of their life in the water. They're birds, and they can fly, not well. So they live most of their life in the water. And what that shows us is, why do what you're not good at? Why bring into your life what is not good? Why keep into your life that which makes you rocky and uncomfortable and not feeling safe? And if you have to live in a different element or live with a different element, okay, then that's the decision that you should make. And what I mean by live with a different element is this. Let's say you're in a toxic relationship, or any kind of relationship that is just, it's over for whatever reason, or it really is toxic, or it's dangerous, or you're holding on to hope that someone is going to change. Because if this person was like this, or this person would do this, everything would be great. Well, that's predicating your future and your happiness on wanting someone to change the way they do things, the way they this, the way all of the things, right? Did they say they wanted to do that? Did they make an agreement that they wanted to change those things? Are they trying to change? You see where I'm going with this? The blue-footed booby just goes wham and goes into the water, where it sails around happy, bouncing around, doink, 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 in the water, right? Okay. So if you ask the spirit animal allies to come to you, or your angels, or God, or whatever it is that you believe in, your own higher self, to show you what the best choice for you is. And for those of you just joining me, let me talk for 2 seconds about the best choice. I know I said I was going to go through this fast, but it's really important to know these things. The best choice for you might be for you to go through a tower moment where your entire life crumbles right in front of you. Because on the other side of it, you'll be so many more things that are stronger, better, faster, more bionic. You'll have a better understanding of the spiritual nature of things. That's what the tower card is all about. You may crash and burn and not pick yourself up from it ever. I don't recommend that, and I hope you don't have to. I hope you don't go through that. But generally speaking, and that in theory was good for you. So you got to ask the animal allies very specific questions. Show me what steps I need to take, blah, 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 blah. Show me the path of this relationship if. Show me that. And they will come to you. Honest to goodness. I have a video I'm shooting over the weekend. The first surgery that I had back in December. I'm never afraid to go into surgery. I don't freak out about it like a lot of people do. But man, I couldn't stop shaking inside. I had this terrible dread of the anesthesia, and I had this terrible, terrible dread of infection in my lungs. And so I'm going to go through the video again, I'm going to go through the video. I won't go into the whole story now. It's a little bit longer, and I have literally pictures to show you and objects to show you that are tangible proof. You cannot make this shiitake mushrooms up. You cannot make it up. And how could I have planted these things? It's just impossible. And everyone around me was like, only you, Bernadette, only you. And I got physical, tangible proof of what was going to happen. And I simmered right down. And so instead of meditating, I would really recommend that you guys ask your spirit animals, your angels, God, whatever, to show you signs. But you've got to be willing to accept the signs when they come in. If you second guess them or go, oh, that was my imagination, you're going to do yourself some harm. So there you go. I hope that's helpful. Hey, Elisa, Mama Bear. Yes, that's what folks call me. Folks call me Bernadette too. You're welcome to call me whatever you want. Okay. All right. I got about 15 more minutes. All right. Here we go. Liz. You know how you ended up here. You were supposed to. E4GA. Eric here from Africa, Ghana. Hi, how are you? I have a dear friend who just was back in Africa. He sadly lost his mom, and they went back. Keith, that's very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. Y'all, that is, Keith, that is very sweet. Oh, Helen, you stop that. Helen, thank you for the donation. Stop it right now. But thank you so much. Oh, Mary Margaret Spooner. Hey. All right, hold on. Oh, Kimberly. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly. My little dog Jinx came to me in a dream a few weeks ago. Oh. I can't read that out loud. It'll make everybody cry, including me. But I hear you. I have nightmares about I have night terrors. Just so you guys that are just new, getting to know me. I wish I could say I was some great enlightened spiritual leader. I'm not, because I can't get rid of my night terrors from the time I was a kid. But I know what you're talking about, Kimberly. Blah 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 blah. I can never get rid of that. Okay, here we go. Mickey Quintana. Now, let me tell you something. Here's a sign. Oh, sorry, I got ice in my mouth. I'm just talking about signs, right? My nickname in my family from the time I'm a baby is Mickey. And one of the stories that I have to tell you about being in surgery and then coming out and then having to be rushed back to the hospital again, which is like my jam apparently. It was a Mickey Mouse poster that literally saved my life again. And here in the feed is a person named Mickey. So Mickey's question is, I really need to find a new place for myself and my daughter. Could you pull a card to let me know if we might find a place for us? Thank you so much. So yes, I absolutely will pull a card. I'm going to pull a card, Mickey, but I don't have to pull a card. I've got so much coming into me psychically, which is this. This will seem like a really stupid thing for me to tell you. Honestly, it will. The King of Cups came to visit you today. Wow. Okay, so this would make a lot. Y'all, on my mother's grave, on my animals' lives, on my own life, there was a truck that just passed in front of my office that read King's something. Oh my. See, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's happening so fast. I focus my attention on this gal. She gets pulled the King of Cups. And in King's what? I've got to look that up. I don't know what business that is here in Gainesville. I was so shocked. It's a yellow truck. I was so shocked to see the truck with the name King's on it. I almost fell out of my chair. Holy crap. Okay, so I don't know what it is with me today and a little bit of a potty mouth. I apologize. Kind of. All right, so look, Mickey, here's the story. The King of Cups, which is the octopus in my deck, is wrapping itself around you to let you King's repair. Oh my God! It just backed up. King's Repair. Look it up. Gainesville, Florida. King's Repair. I should talk you mushrooms not. It passed in front that way, and then it just backed up. It must be going to the neighbor or something. Sweet bejeebus. Okay. Yes, you're going to be able to find such a place. But more importantly, and I don't know what you're going through or what you're doing, but your energy is the energy of an entrepreneur. You are going to flourish if you can have your own business. And there it goes again. King's Repair. Okay. You're going to flourish if you can have your own business. So whatever is happening in your life, I would really encourage you to get really, this is going to sound trite, but go deep, right? That's what the octopus is for, is to go deep, deep, deep into that water, which is all about the emotions, all about the feels, right? And if you were going to start a business, what have you always wanted to do? It really will boil down to that. The other thing that it boils down to is people underestimate you. You have been underestimated your entire life. You're so smart. I'm telling you, you're so smart. You got to pull those smarts out and just wear them like a red badge of courage and just get out of the hiding, get out of in the shadows. You've just put that big old ginormous brain on hyperdrive and get going. Now, I do see all 8 of the octopus's arms flailing everywhere, not necessarily in a flail, but multitasking. And that's going to be a little bit difficult for you when you first get started. You're going to feel overwhelmed, but don't, because if you call, so I always say, for those of you that are just joining me, a power animal is you are an octopus, right? You're not Mickey. You really are. Well, you're Mickey, but you're also an octopus. You're also a horse. You're also a tree. You're also a this. I believe that every energy is one. And so you've got the power, the knowledge, the wisdom, the abilities of any octopus out there. And you've just got to allow yourself to step outside of that energy to be Mickey while also being the octopus. And what that means is this. When you're making your decisions, when you're making your move, call on the octopus part of yourself to help you through whatever, to help you make decisions, to help you do whatever. It will sound foreign and it'll sound kind of hokey until the first couple times you do it, and all of a sudden you feel like you're in water and your arms are moving like this, and then it gets real, really, really, really real. And I know that you have the ability to do that because you're also extremely, extremely intuitive. I feel like you've got a bit of a background of having to kind of save yourself when you were younger, make sure that you protected you, if that makes sense. And so I'm going to also say you've got the trifecta of kings. The King of Cups came, the King's Repair came, and my last name is King. So there's something about a very high level, the ruler of it all, in a fashion that's maybe working more with your male energy than your female energy, but it is the King of Cups, so it does have a certain female energy about it. And again, please don't write me and tell me that, I'm not woke and I'm living in an ancient time about male and female energies, and don't I know? Yes, I do know. And when the time is right for that kind of message, I'm very happy to pass that message on. I was passing those kinds of messages on about non-gender and binary and this and that way before it hit the news and way before it was cool. So I got this. All right. One more question. Okay, Pretty Lee, you're a scammer. You guys, listen, nobody from my group, and certainly not me, we are not going to hit you up and be like, inbox me for a reading. I don't run a tacky operation like that. Okay, and now Baba Laba Laba Lo, if a lot. Oh my God. All right, sorry, you guys. I haven't been really quick on getting rid of the scammers, but I've been giving messages and. Oh, Lord, the bots are out. Sorry. I said the God word, and all the bots are probably. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh. Okay. Sorry. All right. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Cheryl. The eBase. Thank you. Summerly Abel, if you're still here, I'm going to give you advice. I'll pull a card for you about your house and your loan. I'll pull a card, but I am going to give you advice, and that advice is everything is so overpriced right now. It will not last. If it was me and I had that money, I wouldn't be buying a house or property, because in a year, 2 years tops, you'll be at, what is it with the whale today? You'll be able to get that house at 30, 40, 50% off. So do what you're going to do. But if you ask anybody in real estate, they'll tell you. So your card is the whale card and the judgment card, which makes sense to me because you're thinking about a legal entanglement, like, putting your name on the dotted line. I would really encourage, now this is where advice is kind of flowing into the card that you got. I would really tell you and your husband to check around and ask some realty people that you trust or that other people trust, and let them tell you what the lay of the land is in your market, because your market may be a bit insulated, but nobody's market is too insulated right now. My God, I love my home, but I don't live in a palace. But I could sell my home right now for $150,000 more than what I paid for it. $150,000. I've only lived in it for 4 years. So there you have it. Okay, I hope that's helpful. Hey, Christine Owen, how are you? I love you. Aw, Zenjo, thank you so much for the donation. All right, Zenjo, I'm going to flip a card. I don't have to flip a card for you. This is very interesting. So this card, Diving Beetles, almost never, ever comes out, Zenjo. It almost never comes out. And the snail was right beside it. So this is interesting because both of these cards mean slow movement. And hey, I wonder if he'll let me pull this around. Hey, Gus. So, not that I want you guys to see this, but I have to walk with a walker. Not forever, but just for now. But this is my kitty, Gus. And Gus likes to ride my walker all through the house. He will get on the walker and we just walk around for 10 minutes or so. La, 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 where he sits on it like a hood ornament. And all my animals are rescue animals, but Gus came to say hi to everybody today. If you can see him in his little facey face. He's got a mushy face. Let me get rid of the graphics and you'll be able to see it. See, there he is. Oh, gosh, dang it. Okay. Yep, there he is. And if you're wondering what that junk is in his eyes, Persian cats have that problem. I'm always forever and ever and ever and ever cleaning his eyes, like 10 times a day, no joke. So, okay. Alrighty then. So, what I'm going to tell you, Zenjo, is whatever's going on with you, take it slow and just take it one step at a time. And when you talk about diving beetles, they're in pairs. And I just keep hearing the word twin. So I'm wondering if you're a twin sign, like a Libra or a Pisces or a Gemini, or there's a twin sign that is really important to you that you're working with right now, so on and so forth. So all of that said, I just would take it very slow. And when you talk about beetle energy, I keep seeing a scarab, like an Egyptian scarab. So I would really encourage you to look up everything you can about the scarab energy. Beetles are really astounding creatures. And the ancient Egyptians held them in incredibly high regard. So I'd take a look at that. And also the diving thing. There seems to be a lot of water energy coming through today for everybody. So I'm thinking that, hey, Kelly, I told you these messages, they get to be for everybody, right? Or at least very specific people. So all of that said, and you guys can see my light behind me. Sorry, I know that's unprofessional, but I figured you'd rather look at the kitty cat than not. So anyway, Gus is a really cool cat. He's Caesar Augustus because he rules us all, believe me when I tell you. So I just feel like there's a lot of you really in your feels and really not, it's really not that basic. It's really a matter of there's some deeply emotional attention being paid to your hearts. There is some deep emotional healing going on. And I'm wondering, Zenjo, are you a teacher or a healer of some kind? Because I keep feeling that healing energy off of you. And I've yeah. Zenjo, I wonder if you are a healer. If not, you're either gonna be or you will be, or you already know you're on the track to be. But whatever this is you're pursuing, you want, you're doing, slow down. Slow your roll and really give some consideration to whatever your emotions are that are attached to this, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. I've got time for one more. Okay. Oh my God, just Jules. Hi. Oh, thank you for the donation. That is very sweet. Okay, I'm gonna flip a card for Keith real quick, and then for just Jules. Okay, Keith, very interesting. The spider, the high priestess. Now I know that you have been working on developing your skills. I know that. But I feel like this is really calling you to dig even deeper. And it's the time to dig much deeper. So, like, how do I explain that? I'll talk to you about it on Facebook and Messenger. I'll hit you up there. But Keith, I would really start looking into the High Priestess card and everything that it means. And then just Jules, because you guys got to wrap it up. This was fascinating. You pulled the Magician. Oh, well, I pulled the Magician for you, the Raven. And again, I don't know what it is with this whole group today for the springtime, because springtime should be light and we should be like throwing flowers everywhere and having mint juleps and watching bunnies and baby chickies and all that kind of thing. But for those of you that are wanting to start something new, to transition from the winter into that growth and that beauty, there's something going on. I don't know, but it's deep. And when you get to the other side of it, which is shortly, I keep seeing like, okay, we're going deep, but it's short. We're going deep, but it's short. Man, you're gonna have made the most amazingly great decisions for yourself, and your whole life is gonna blossom. Truly gonna blossom. Okay, if I didn't see somebody that made a donation, I did not ignore you. I wish totally, you guys, so much that I could have gotten to so many more of you. And I hope you will join. Oh, I didn't do. All right, hold on. For everybody, I'm going to pull one animal. I'm just going to flip through the pages. I'm going to land on a page that feels right. This is, okay. This is one of my favorite spirit animals, and I'm going to tell you why. So this is for everybody, the vulture, the buzzard. Okay, here's why. They are really noble creatures. They clean up all the carrion, all the gross stuff on our earth, and they help keep it clean. They are smart. They are one of the highest flying raptors. There's just everything to love about them. Then they get a bad rap. But when the vulture or the buzzard comes to you, you know that you are going into a time, or you're in a time where it's time to clean up the garbage. Whatever is garbage around you, get it gone. And that can take the form of a lot of things. Is your house messy? Are you in a little bit of a hoarder situation? Get it gone. Do you just really, is stuff disorganized in your house? Get organized, because you've got big things coming. I'm telling you, this spring, this new energy that's coming through, this is not like any other spring. Okay, they're all different, right? No springs are exactly the same. But there's something so powerful about this awakening that's happening, so powerful. And if you're on my feed, if you're listening to me today, if you've seen any part of this, you're part of that. It's awakening in you too. It's making you powerful. Instead of getting 50 roses on your bush, bushes outside, you're going to walk outside, there will be 300 roses on your bushes. And the stalks and the stems are going to look thicker and stronger. It's everything, right? So it's everything. So all of that being said, I would really encourage you to work with vulture and buzzard energy. And I thank you so much for being here. You can get my book on my website. Hold on, I got a bunch of people asking me that. And so let me grab the link and I'll put it in there. If you have any problem with purchasing, because my stupid site cart is doing something janky and we're trying to fix it, but I'm gonna throw the book up on my Etsy shop here shortly, just not today because I gotta go. But here we go. There's the link in the chat, y'all. And Tisha, my ex-husband, well, my second ex-husband, is a hoarder, and I know the pain that he goes through, and I know the pain that you all go through. I really do. But I'm telling you, it is time to get organized. It is time to get all of your ducks in a row. Vulture and buzzard can teach you how to do that. And they are mighty, mighty animals that are really misunderstood. And they're also, people don't see them for who they really are and what they really are. They underestimate them. So if you're feeling underestimated, no more. You don't have to be underestimated anymore. All right, you guys, I love you so much. And I thank you for showing up. I know I tried, Ella. Said Joe. You're cracking me up. I love you, and I will see you. I don't know, I might see you tomorrow, but probably Thursday. I'm going to be doing a bunch of readings. I've got, time to make up for while I was out. And if you'll put it on your calendars, on April 13th, I am, they opened the voting for this. I've been nominated for a bunch of different awards for the Cover Awards. And that's like the biggest, most prestigious mind, body, spirit awards in the entire world. And 2 years ago, my deck, the Arc, it swept them. It won everything. It was product of the year. It made history in all of the 20 something years they've been around. They've never had one product win so much. And I'm hoping, actually, that's not true. I'm choosing that the book will do the same, because there is nothing like it on this planet, and it is so helpful to the animals of our world. So, and that includes you. So I'm going to leave you with this. Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild. Take care, everybody. See you soon.